So why am I making a video about Tarzan, a 26-year-old movie with no relevance in 2025? Because I wanted to, okay? I've kind of been meaning to check this movie out for a while now, like, an ape-man fighting jaguars and capitalism? That sounds awesome! But every time me and my brother actually sat down to watch it, we'd click out in the first few minutes. Then a year later, wonder why we haven't seen it yet. And now that we've actually sat through the whole thing, Child Tarzan and Rosie O'Donnell are so fucking annoying. I remember now when we stopped watching this movie, they won't shut up. But after Tarzan ages up like a Sims character, things really start to pick up. This movie instantly blew me away with its animation, which I understand is a bit redundant to say about a Disney movie, but this is the kind of 2D animation you only really get with Disney's late 90s, early 2000s movies, a few years before they switched to 3D. It combines the insane talent of Disney's best animators with decades of experience, and the deep pockets of Disney when they were still making traditional animation. It's a perfect situation that's unfortunately not likely to happen again anytime soon. But yeah, this movie looks really fucking good. But is the story good? Well, it starts with a child getting fucking murdered, so that's pretty based. At the same time, Tarzan and his parents shipwreck on an island and build a nice little home to survive. Then they get fucking eaten by a jaguar. Like, what the fuck, Disney? I thought this was a kid's movie. Jesus. So then Tarzan's monkey mom saves him and brings him back with her to live as a gorilla. It's a great setup for a movie, but as I said, I was pretty put off by how annoying a lot of these characters are here. Like, how the fuck did this shit make it into the movie? But later on, it really starts to pick up when Tarzan gets older. Although sadly, Rosie O'Donnell never grew on me. I'm not even sure what she's supposed to do in this movie other than get on my nerves and be plot convenient later. But besides all that stuff, I think it gets pretty good when Tarzan meets Jane, a girl who's here with her dad to study gorillas. Her and her dad were really fun together, and I thought they did a pretty good job with Tarzan and Jane's relationship. It honestly saved this movie from being pretty boring outside of some cool action. Like, some of the stuff with Tarzan's mom was really nice, but I don't really get why his dad hates humans so much. It makes him pretty unlikable when he tries to fucking kill Jane later because she's just standing there, not doing anything wrong. Then they act like Tarzan betrayed them when he chokes him out. Like, he was just about to murder his friend. That seemed pretty justified to me. One thing I'll say is they actually made me root for Tarzan, like I actually wanted to see him succeed, which is a weird compliment, I'm aware, but for me, character is king, and I've lost track of how many movies I've seen where I just don't give a shit if the main character lives or dies. So I thought it was worth mentioning. The villain here is also really fun. He poses as protection for Jane and her DILF dad in order to find out where the gorillas are so he can kidnap them and sell them. The fight he has with Tarzan at the end made me think of an Uncharted boss for some reason. Just the way it transitions, like hide behind those branches till he runs out of ammo, then attack him. And while we're on the topic of action, I think they did a lot of the action really well. Tarzan's fight with that jaguar is actually what got me back into the movie after all that terrible child acting. Like the bit where he's looking out into the brush and you can just barely make out the jaguar stalking him really got me. I can't tell you how many times I've been looking out into the darkness trying to make something out, slowly adjusting my eyes until I see it's just a toy car or something. I mean, I live in suburban Indiana, so it's not gonna be a fucking jaguar, but sometimes I'll be going to put the chickens away and there'll just be a full-ass deer just laying there like, hey. I don't know, that bit with the jaguar made me think about that. Anyway, the fight was also pretty freaking cool. Like, it's really well animated. But I do definitely prefer something a bit more dynamic over just pushing more frames. I take an Invincible fight with its more limited animation any day over this, as beautifully parallaxed as the backgrounds may be. Anyway, the whole conflict of this movie is that Tarzan has to decide between going with Jane or staying with the tribe. Go away forever to London with a woman I just met a few days ago, or stay here with my loving friends and family. Okay, it's not that dumb, but it does seem pretty unbelievable to me that he would leave his family behind for a lady he met that same week. They try to make it like, oh, he has to go with them because he's human and the gorillas don't get him. But they start the movie with him gaining the respect of his tribe and being accepted. Then he's kind of just the asshole who abandons his friends for these guys. He doesn't even say goodbye to his best friends. They also have this bit with his mom where he gets mad at her like, "You didn't tell me there were more people like me?" Oh, so he didn't know he was a gorilla? They never set that up. I thought he knew he was human and that's why he was mad. But even then, that's still not a good reason to abandon your family. So what if instead they started the movie with Tarzan trying to be human and building tools and shit, but the gorillas hate humans because they fucked with them in the past or something. Then when Tarzan tries to be a gorilla, he ends up making tools and weapons to keep up with the tribe. So when he beats the jaguar with a spear, he's shunned for using human technology to win. He then later meets Jane and friends, and they praise and accept him for being human. They actually push him to embrace it. This makes him feel seen, like this is where he belongs. Then after a while of shutting out his friends and family for his new friends, he brings them to the tribe to introduce them, and try and merge his two worlds together. But they don't accept this part of him and he chooses to go back to London with Jane. He then has that moment with his mom where she shows him who his real parents were. He then puts on the human clothes and goes with Jane where he'll finally get to be himself. But oh no, the humans are bad and they trap him so they can go kidnap the gorillas. He's then rescued by Rosie O'Donnell and the elephant guy I forgot the name of, and then goes to fight the villain where he realizes that just because he's a human doesn't mean he has to be evil like them. He then beats the villain, or the villain beats himself, Jesus, and finally gets the respect of his monkey dad for saving the tribe. And in the end, Tarzan realizes that the problem wasn't him being human, it was the tribe not accepting that he was different, and that he doesn't have to be like the other humans. Now, I'm not arrogant enough to believe that this is close to a perfect rewrite or anything. I mean, I rewrote this in 30 minutes, give me a break, but hopefully it gets my point across. I really don't think the whole conflict with Tarzan wanting to go with Jane was all that believable. But besides that, I did really like this movie quite a bit, especially all the scenes with Tarzan and Jane. I guess that's why they made a movie called Tarzan and Jane. But that's for another video. For now, thanks for watching.